Hello, guys. Welcome to this training of how to make your first 10K online in 10 simple steps. I am super excited to share this with you. If you have ever dreamed of having location freedom, we travel in our RV as a family. We get to go wherever we want to go, wherever the weather leads us, because we make money online. And I'm going to share with you exactly how we did that today. If you've ever dreamed of time location, you can run an almost automated business online. I work less than 10 hours a week, and I'm going to share with you how to do that if you want time back. For me, I have small babies. It was important to get my time back. Maybe you have dreamed of financial freedom, not having the burden of going to a 9-to-5 that you hate. If any of those things sound interesting to you, I need you to stick with me for just a few minutes. I'm going to share a little bit of how to become an online entrepreneur and how to successfully sell either an automated course that has very limited hands-on activity from you, or a coaching membership, or even a one-on-one coaching, depending on what you want to offer in your season. So before I give you my 10 steps, let me tell you why I can even give you these 10 steps, why you should listen to me, share a little bit of my journey. I have been an entrepreneur since I turned 15. I am 32, so 17 years. I opened my first company with the help of my mom when I was 15. My mom and dad have had a company for 30 years. They opened it when I was a baby, so I didn't know anything other than my mom being an entrepreneur, starting her company from the ground up. That's what I knew. And so when I was 15, I had a love for dance, and she helped me open Erica's Hip Hop Dance. And I learned a lot as a 15-year-old about how you could take the things you love, the skills that you have, and actually earn income from it. And looking back now, I didn't realize how instrumental that was in the career path that I would take. So to make my long story short, fast forward 17 years. After opening Erica's Hip Hop Dance, my husband and I got married, and he was in the Navy, so I closed down that company, followed him to the Navy at 18 years old, pursued my degree in health and fitness, got my 2-year degree in business, my 4-year degree in health and fitness. And during that time, I trained as much as I could working for other people who had successful businesses. And when I graduated college, he got out of the military, and at 22, I opened my second company, Soul Fit. And this was an in-person dance and fitness studio for women, and I ran that for almost a decade. Now, you may notice within that decade time frame was the year 2020. Insert online money, right? The whole world changed as we knew it in 2020. I had a fitness studio with rent due and people that were only paying me because they could come to my gym and work out. They weren't going to pay me when they were at home and couldn't leave their house. They couldn't come to the gym. So that created an issue. My husband had a lawn care business with commercial contracts, and overnight his commercial contract said, "We can't pay you anymore. Sorry, no one's coming to our stores. We're not making money." Dropped him. So we lost 80% of our income overnight. And as a business owner, I had to either pivot or decide that ownership wasn't for me and I wasn't going to be an entrepreneur anymore. But I have never, ever, ever, since opening my first company, dreamed of working for someone else. I want the freedom that comes with being your own boss. And so I knew for me that going to a 9-to-5 just wasn't going to work. I already had a kid at that point. I had my son in 2020. He was 2. And becoming a mom changed things for me. Before being a mom, I worked at my gym 40 plus hours a week. The first couple years of opening a gym, I worked a day job and then my gym at night until I could get it to provide financially for me to go full time. And then I worked full time. And when he was born, something shifted in my heart. Have any parents felt that, where all of a sudden there's these little beings and you just want to be with them? And I knew in that moment I had to start thinking differently about business, because I didn't want to spend 40 plus hours a week working. I wanted to homeschool my kids. I wanted to be with them. I wanted to travel the U.S. with them. I wanted options. And that's why we choose business in the first place, right? This is why we choose to pursue something greater than our 9 to 5 in the first place, because we want options. We want to have location freedom, time freedom, financial freedom to be with those we love and do the things we love to do. So I had already known that from 2018 to 2020. My heart was already shifting to want to stay home. And I believe it was God preparing me for that next phase in my life. But in 2020, we were forced into shifting. So this is when I began researching this world of online entrepreneurship. Like, wait, I could take the skills I've learned over the past 10 years and use them online? COVID opened that door like never before, where so many things were going to online. So for me, it started as an online fitness membership. We did Zoom workouts together. I charged a certain amount each month, and I was actually able to convert my studio members over to an online membership. And that was my first experience with, whoa, I'm not going to the gym every day. I'm not paying rent. I'm not cleaning a gym, but I'm still making money. This is awesome. And that was the first online membership that I had created, was this through Zoom personal membership with an app and resources, and my eyes were opened to a new way of thinking. So in 2020, when we our businesses shifted, we decided we're not stuck in this location anymore. At that point, we were in Southern Indiana. That's where both of our His Lawn Care and My Fitness Studio were located. And we realized, oh, we no longer actually have to stay here. We have some freedom. So we did the crazy thing of selling 90% of our belongings, our cars, our house, all of our stuff. We packed up our little family. We had a daughter at that point too. We packed up our son and daughter, and we just said, let's go travel. Let's take advantage of this opportunity. And that's what we did during COVID. We traveled and we learned how to make money online, location free. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. So get excited, because for me, it was life-changing. Like, to recognize that, oh, entrepreneurship doesn't have to look like working 60 hours a week. See, because I told you I came from a family with a mom who had a business, but my mom poured so much into that company. I mean, her business was in the childcare area. So people need childcare from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So she was working long hours, and I watched her pour her blood, sweat, and tears into that company. And it's successful, but it was a lot of hard work. It took a toll on her physically, mentally, her physical health, her emotional health, because she worked hard, and I admire her for that. But the society we live in now, there's actually a different way. And that's what this has opened my eyes to, is that, oh, I don't actually have to work 60 hours a week. I can actually be present with my kids and still earn income. And the truth, that's true for you too. That's the truth for you. You can be present. You can travel. You can go to the beach. You can go to the mountains. You can be off the grid if that's what you want. You can create a life that you want. You just have to believe it's possible, and then get some tools to help you do that. So I'm going to give you a couple tools today, okay? I'm going to give you some steps to do this. And before I get into my 10-step process to make your first 10K online, you can do that very quickly, guys. You can do that within a few months. Make your first 10K from nothing to something. And hear me, anyone can. You can sell any type of thing. I've sold online automated courses. I've sold memberships. I've sold coaching. And people sell courses for anything, which is crazy. But you can. So if you have a skill, if you have something you're knowledgeable about that you feel like you could help, inspire, or teach others to do, then you can do this too. So before I get into the 10 steps, I do want to tell you to stick with me to the end, because I'm actually getting ready to launch a new brand. I told you I successfully had a brand for 10 years. I have launched a couple different brands, and we're getting ready to launch one together as a family that I'm really excited about. A countercultural brand for RV life, and just saying no to the status quo, the society norm. So I'm getting ready to launch that brand for our family. And what I'm going to do is take a couple people behind the scenes with me and actually coach you in a boot camp style, where I create my new brand right along with you creating your brand, your membership, your course, your coaching, whatever it is you want to do. So this is really cool, because not only am I just going to teach you how to do it, we're going to hold hands and we're going to do it together. And in a 10-week boot camp, you're going to come out the other end with everything you need to make money online. So I'll tell you about that at the end. You can apply for that program. and join me as I create a new brand. So real quickly, here are the 10 steps, okay, to make your first 10K. Now, this is a super fast version of it. So this is something, it's going to take a little bit of time to put this into practice. But let's say you take 10 weeks with me and put this into practice. What if at the end of 10 weeks you could be set up for a whole new life? Like something that you never even imagined was actually possible. What if you could? Would it be worth it? I'm going to say yes, because I've lived that myself. I've watched it myself. And the last thing I ran the last year, I worked 5 hours a week. That was it. And it produced 60 grand from very minimal work. And I got automation in place. And then it was just producing on its own by the end of that. So it's very possible. Okay, so here we go. Step 1, what is your idea? What are you passionate about? What do you have a vision for? What do you have knowledge about? What inspires you? What is your idea? Getting clear on your idea is the first step when it comes to launching an online business. Now, this isn't launching someone else's business. This isn't a network marketing thing. This is launching your very own idea from the ground up, which is cool to me because I've been a part of network marketing things before, and this isn't to bash them at all. But I was a part of this cool company. I told you I was in health and fitness, so, they sold supplements, and overnight, because of legal reasons and the way their company was structured, they had to shift their structure, their pay structure. And I had friends who had quit their full-time jobs and were making great money through this network marketing, or even just a livable income, and overnight they lost that. Why? Because they didn't own that company. They didn't control how the funding was going. And that's what I don't like about those type of companies. Not to say there aren't great benefits, and people do really well with some of them. But if all your eggs are in that basket of someone else's company, you never know when it could change. This is why I like building your own company from the ground up, something that you own, something that you are in control of, so that nobody can change your pay scale overnight. Because it can happen in your 9 to 5 too. You could be let go. It can happen anywhere if you are not in charge of your income. So what is your idea? What can you teach people? What are you passionate about? What can you inspire people to do? You don't necessarily have to be the expert in it. Maybe you're just the inspirer. Let me give you an example. There is a running club for dads, and that's what it is. He's not a fitness professional. He was a busy dad who was overweight, trying to get healthy, started running, created a membership that's a running club for dads. What an idea. There it is. And it's not to give them the knowledge they need. It's to inspire them. That's what his membership's all about. It's to inspire them. So that's what he does, okay? So you just need an idea. Step 2, you need an avenue. What will your avenue be, okay? So when it comes to creating the correct avenue, I want you to think about your current season of life. I have did this the wrong way. Let me tell you. I have did this the wrong way many times. What do I mean by that? Okay. First, I told you when my fitness studio closed, I had a newborn and a 2-year-old. And I tried to convert my people to an online membership where we were getting on Zoom every day and doing our workouts together. That worked until it didn't. Until we were living in a camper, traveling the U.S. There's this beautiful beach out there, and I don't have good service, so I can't do a Zoom call. Or my 3-month-old didn't sleep the night before, and I'm exhausted, and my 2-year-old is needing me. I set up a membership business that didn't fit my season of life, and it was a struggle to maintain it. I was making income from it. I had 50 ladies in the group, but I wasn't able to show up my best me because it wasn't the right avenue for the right season. So I want you to think about your season. That's when I shifted to an automated course. So I took all my workout videos, I took all of my nutrition stuff, all the things I knew, and I put it into a course that I could sell on repeat. Like a 12-week course where they just walk through it at their own pace, and I didn't have to be on a Zoom call every day. So that's an option. It could be a fully automated course. If you're like me and you never know if you're going to be somewhere where there's internet or not, you can put it in course format. There's also kind of a blend of the two, right? Which I love that. It could be like a course with a little piece of membership in it where maybe you have all their content, but once a month you do a Zoom call just as a community piece of it. I love that because it's a great blend. There's something so powerful in community, and I think that's why, like, when you have a fitness studio or somewhere where you go in person, a church that you go to, a business group, there's something powerful in community. But when you can blend both, where they can go at their own pace and maybe you meet up once a month. That's a really nice blend. So what is the avenue for you? Maybe it is high ticket one-on-one coaching. Maybe you don't have small kids, or you don't want to travel, or oh my goodness, ignore that fly, or you don't. We're at the campground, so yeah, the outdoors likes to come in. Maybe you don't only need to work 5 hours a week because you're not busy being mom. Maybe you have 40 hours and you want to charge high ticket one-on-one coaching. If you have a skill, you can do that. You can start your own business and charge high ticket one-on-one coaching and create a great income for yourself. So step 1, what's your idea? Step 2, what avenue will you use to get there? Courses, memberships, a blend of the two, coaching. Step 3, who is your audience? Who are you targeting? Okay, you have to know who you're trying to reach, because if you don't know who you're trying to reach, you're not going to reach anyone. So for me, when I had my fitness studio, I was trying to reach women. Mainly women who were moms and had kind of forgotten how to make time for themselves, who were busy, who were overwhelmed and needed that support. So maybe for this group, I'm reaching the person who has a business idea, who is looking for location freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom. So who are you trying to reach? You have to know who your audience is in order to actually reach them. Okay, the 4th thing, what is your offer? What are you going to offer them? So we've talked about your idea. Now, how do we get really clear on the offer you're presenting so that people actually will buy? Because people aren't just going to buy because you tell them they should buy. They have to know you. They have to establish trust with you. They have to understand that what you're offering is worth it. So what are you going to offer? What are you going to offer? Are you going to have a high ticket offer that gives them everything they need? Or is it going to be a lower ticket offer where you just support them in their journey? What is your offer? That takes some time to break apart. All of these steps take some time to break apart. And as I launch our new brand, what I'm going to do with the coaching group that I'm bringing along is each week we're going to take one of these steps and we're going to break it down. You're going to have homework. You're going to have to report to the group, Zoom call, and we're going to walk through this together. Okay, so don't feel overwhelmed where it's like, oh, how do I do all this? I'm going to help you do it. Okay, so you have your idea, your avenue, your audience, your offer. What software are you going to need? Does that make you like your head hurt just thinking about it? This can be the biggest hang up for a lot of people. Maybe they have a great offer, but they hate technology, or they don't know where to begin when it comes to software. So what am I even talking about? Website. Do you have a website? Do you have a social media presence? Do you not? Do you have email marketing? Do you not? Do you know what email marketing is? Do you have a free lead magnet? What kind of software, what kind of programming are you going to need to do this? It's very systematic. It's a very systematic approach to this. How will people know that your offer exists? And how do you create the things you need for the tech side of it for this to run automatically? So you have a free lead magnet. They opt into your email sequence. You're emailing them while you're hanging out with your kids. It's automated. Your social media post, if you do social media, I don't do a whole lot of it, honestly. But if you do, you can schedule these things. You can automate so much. And this is something I will teach you because there are lots and lots and lots of options out there. And I should say in 2020, when I decided to pivot, I invested thousands of dollars into learning all of this. And what year are we in? 2025? So 5 years of my time into learning this. So you can spend a lot of time and money trying to figure all of this out. Looking for the right resources, trying to learn how to do it. It could get very time consuming. Or you can just apply and work with me and I'll show you how to do it in 10 weeks. And I will weed out all the loud things because I've tried them all and I know what works and I know what doesn't. So the next thing, you have your idea, your avenue, your audience, your offer, software, the sell, your sell. How are you going to sell this? Do you think just because you have this idea, people are going to come buy it? No. Trust me. How do I know? Ask me how I know. I'll tell you how I know because I am quite the visionary. I envision so many things. I get passionate. I have 1,000,001 ideas. And if you have an entrepreneurial brain, you can probably relate. Where like I see something and I'm like, oh, I have an idea. Let's run with it. The thing is, just because you have an idea doesn't mean the whole world's going to jump on board with it. Doesn't mean they're going to come running to you. You have to be able to sell your idea. You have to be able to understand what your audience needs to help them. So if you are, let's just take an example. Maybe your course is to teach people how to have a successful lawn care business. My husband had a lawn care business. It was successful. Maybe he makes a course teaching people who want to get into lawn care how to do it quickly. Or maybe I did that with my fitness business, how to create a fitness studio, how to have success in one. Maybe you have started your own coffee shop and you can make a course on how to start a coffee shop. So let's just go with that thought for a second. Just because you had a successful lawn care business and could absolutely teach someone how to do it doesn't mean they're going to know where to find you. Doesn't mean they're going to just buy your course. So your wording, your emails that you send them, your free gift that you offer them, all of these things matter when it comes to selling your product to them. Creating a sales page that makes sense, that they read it and they feel like, oh my goodness, he is talking to me. I need this. Okay, this is a craft and this is a skill that comes with time, but it's one that I can help you learn. Okay, so next step, the ad strategy. So now we have a great sales page that's super converting and it makes people want to buy. How do you get it in front of the right people? What is your ad strategy? Your marketing strategy? How do you get it in front of the right people? Ask me how I know. I built this beautiful automated course. I told you the Zoom membership wasn't working because my baby was sleepy and so was I. So I made this automated course and it was beautiful. The sales page was great and I ran $600. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put $600 into Facebook ads. Totally didn't know what I was doing and it flopped. It was crickets. No conversion. Nobody, lots of people clicked on my page. Nobody, it wasn't the right people. Nobody bought it. So, ask me how I know. It's important that you have right things in place when it comes to SEO, search engine optimization, your Google ads, your Facebook ads, your Instagram ads. What about good old-fashioned marketing, word of mouth, sharing it with people, affiliates, creating an affiliate program for the people who have run through your program to turn around and be your advocate. Reviews and referrals were my number one way to build the things I've built in the past. So there are systems that you need when it comes to creating an ad strategy that can pinpoint the right audience. Because if not, you're just going to waste your time. You got to hit the right people. So I'm going to teach you about that. Okay, next step, the content. Now you have hit the right people. You have made the sell. They're ready to begin your course or your membership or your coaching. What are you going to offer them? What is your content? Okay, so you need a course outline. You need your course deliverables. Are you going to do videos? Are you going to do a voiceover with a presentation for your weekly lessons? Are you going to do Zoom calls? How are you going to deliver upon what you promised to them? If you promised them this is a 12-week nutrition course where you're going to know how to make proper nutrition choices by the end, how are you going to deliver what you promised them? Because the worst thing you can ever do is sell something and then not deliver on it. I have seen this happen with business clients I have coached before. I've coached some people with very large followings, and because they had a large following, people would buy their things, but then they would not deliver what they said they were going to deliver, and people want refunds. You have to deliver, and you have to deliver well. So if I tell you over 10 weeks I'm going to teach you how to make $10,000 online, I need to deliver that. If I tell you that over my 12-week fitness course you're going to X, Y, and Z, I need to deliver that. So how are you going to deliver the thing that you are telling your people you're going to deliver? What does your content look like? Is it a year-long membership? Is it a 12-week boot camp? Is it a course? What does it look like? What is your content? What's included? Okay, next step. We're almost there. Step number 9. When will you launch? So I've told you there's a system here, right? We got to get our software in place. We got to get our content. We got to get our sales down. We got to get these things in place. But the most important, possibly the most important thing, is to decide when you are going to launch. Not to say one day I will, because one day will never come. One day when the kids are older, one day when I feel better, one day when I have more time, one day when I have more financial resources. The one day will never come. The one day is now. So you have to decide, when will I launch this thing? And maybe that's the most important step of all, is to set the date for yourself. Maybe you set the date. 12 weeks from now, I will launch my online business. I'm going to spend the next 12 weeks doing everything she just said, 1 week at a time, and I will launch. When will you launch? Write down your date. Don't wait, because the date will never come if you keep waiting. The world needs what you have to offer them. There is a group of people, even if it's just a small group of people, that need what you have to offer them. And the time is now to do what you were called to do, what you were created to do. Not work the 9 to 5 that you hate and live a lifestyle that you're miserable in. That's not your calling. You were called for abundance. You were called for more. You were called for purpose and impact. And the time is now to choose to do that. To choose to do that, okay? So, when will you launch? And then the 10th and final step is to celebrate. Celebrate all the hard work that you put in to getting to this point of becoming your own online entrepreneur. It is so worth it. I promise you. Even the 5 years it took me to figure this out, even the thousands I invested in figuring this out, was so worth it to give me the lifestyle that I have. And it's kind of surreal. I almost have to pinch myself, because I prayed for a decade for this life that I have right now. I really did. I prayed before I even had kids that one day my husband and I would be able to be with our kids together and do life together and run a business, a company together. I prayed for that we would have time freedom and location freedom and the ability to give our kids the experience of a lifetime. And we're living in that right now. Like, we can pick our camper up and take it anywhere and show them the world. We can work 1 day a week and have the rest of the time to homeschool them and to take hikes with them and to go swimming at the lake. We have this surreal life that we have created because we've been willing to risk, to take a risk. And that's what this may feel like to you, is like, oh, that's a scary risk. Listen, if you feel in your heart that there is a calling for more for your life than this job that you hate and this life you're miserable in, this is your sign that your time is now. This is your sign to take the risk. This is your time to do it. And I can show you how, because I've did it. I've did it many times over, and I've been an entrepreneur for 17 years. I have learned a lot that I can teach you. So if you're ready, maybe you've been an entrepreneur for 30 years, but it's been on a brick and mortar. Maybe you're ready to shift to the online world. I'm here to help you do that. So I'm super excited. My husband and I are launching a new brand called Countercultural, and it is basically saying no to the status quo. Who says you have to have the 9 to 5? Who says you have to have this big fancy house? Who says you have to this and that? Be unhealthy and miserable and stressed and anxious and depressed? Oh, that's right. Our society says that. So this is the brand I'm about to launch, and I'm going to do something really special. I've never did this before in any of the past businesses that I have built. I am going to take a handful of people along this journey with me. So if anything I said just inspired you to believe that maybe there is more out there for you, maybe there is a life of freedom out there for you, if you believe that or you're curious about that, I'm going to have you apply to my coaching program. Okay, so there's a little questionnaire. I want you to fill it out. I want you to send it to me, and I'm going to select just a handful of people, and we're going to go through a 10-week boot camp together. So my brand, The Countercultural, has not launched yet, which is really special for you because you get to watch me from ground zero to 10 weeks out launch a course. You get to see the entire process, but not only that, you're going to do it with me. I'm going to give you homework every week, and we're going to do this journey together. So if that interests you at all, just apply, and I will reach out to you and let you know if you're a good fit or not, because this isn't for everyone. But I do believe there's a life of freedom out there for everyone, and this may just be the way that you get there. So I hope this encourages you either way and inspires you to do something. Do something that sets you free. Do something that sets you on fire, that lights that fire under you, that excites you. I'm excited to take this camper all around with my babies. They're 4 and 7 now. It's their prime time. I'm excited and so thankful that we have the opportunity to do that. And if you want that, apply for the program, and I'll see if it's a good fit for you. I would love to help you. All right, guys, it is time for me to go. Have a great rest of your day.